I thank the Lord for all he's done for me. Now every morning I wake up and I just feel it in my spirit to give him glory. Despite the fact that we find pain and labor, I thank my Savior for filling my life with favor. See, me and him, we on a first name basis. The many embraces that he gave me when I'm in the wrong. See, this kind of love can't be replaced, because normally in this case, the next man would have been gone. It took a lot for me to grow up, especially because mommy and daddy hadn't even grown up yet. And honestly, the love from the Father was the closest love of a father I was ever really gonna get. My salvation came with a price. The Son brought light and paid with his life. Now I can walk into the sun's light and sleep tonight, knowing that if I die, everything will be all right. To think of all the times he shielded me from dangers I couldn't see. I could have been dead and gone, but he heard my plea. Despite the times that I ignored his voice, he still gave me a choice, and that's enough for me to rejoice. See, I got love for the struggle. Without all the trouble, I couldn't have been disciplined. The truth is, I'm a better woman, much wiser, much stronger, and prepared than I was then. I'm ready to fight against sin. My soul within is prayed up and in it to win. I put on the whole armor of God, the rod on my side, and that's the key to the life we live in. I know that I can live again, move on, because I know my wrong has been forgiven. I'm lost without him. With him, I'm free of sin, but where could I have been without his loving hand? Hello, everyone. I'm Myreah Illy. Some people call me Maya. Some people call me Riri. I wanted to talk to you today briefly about loving yourself. I'm not going to hold you long today. I've been very busy. So today I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So what I want to talk about today is loving yourself. And as you know, feel good, look good, not the other way around. It's not if I look good, I feel good. It's if I feel good, I look good. So I want to talk about loving yourself. Being your own praiser, your own condoner. I was talking to my most favorite customer the other day. I'm gonna say he, and that's how he addresses himself. So, his name is John. And he was married for years and got 2 beautiful children out of it. He was married to his wife for years. And he began to develop feelings for men. He never cheated on his wife, but he just felt different. And he found out that he was born with both parts. He found out later in life. And so obviously he was upset for one, because, you know, you kind of grew up in a lie. But his mother later told him that he was born with both parts. And he did see a doctor, which he found out that he did have ovaries. And he did have growing breasts as well, in which those were removed a long time ago. And I guess his mother kind of chose the man route, got rid of the lady parts, and decided to keep the male parts. But as he later discovered, like I said, everything, all the truth, the entire truth came out. And that's when he made his move, and him and his wife were divorced. And they ended on a great note. She understood, and they're the best of friends. And he does have a boyfriend now. But I'm sharing this because I absolutely love him, because he is so inspiring. His spirit is one of the most beautiful spirits you will ever meet. He loves him. He loves himself. He loves himself. After everything that he's been through, after the struggle, I'm pretty sure, dealing with not knowing who you are and finding out some things like that later, and not really knowing whether you are female or male, because I mean, I guess you don't really know, and I certainly don't know. I don't even know the full story. I just know what I've been told, you know. But based on the information that I've been told, I will say that this story, you know, for him to have struggled with judgment and not knowing who he is, and a divorce and living, you know, a certain way for years and changing, and then having these kids, these 2 children, which they could have also been affected. And just a lot of people involved, a lot of hurt involved over the year span of this situation. And he loves himself. He's happy and he loves himself. Despite everything that he's been through, he loves himself. He has so much confidence. And I'm sharing this with his permission. But I'm sharing this because you're a female. And you were born with all female parts and no male parts. You were born beautiful in God's eyes. But you don't love yourself. Why? Why don't you love yourself? You were born a male. You were a male. You have all your male parts. No female parts. A beautiful baby boy in God's eyes. Why don't you love yourself? Why? Why don't you love yourself? You need to think about that. Think about that. Because let's go back for a moment here. You started off great. Now and by chance, let's say you didn't start off great. Either way, why don't you love yourself? You are your only setback. You are your only critic. You are your only enemy. You're fighting against yourself. Stop it. S-T-O-P. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Maybe you need to go look in the mirror. Go look in the mirror. Tell yourself, stop it. You are beautiful in God's eyes. You were put here for a purpose. Find out what it is and fulfill it. You are beautiful. You are loved. You are a wonderful person. You just don't know it. That's your problem. That's your only setback. You don't know it. Get out there. Find what makes yourself happy. Do what it is that you want to do. And if you have children, certainly get yourself together. Certainly love yourself. Because you have to teach them that. You have to teach them. They have to grow up strong-willed. They have to have their own mind. You don't want them to grow up, especially in this world, you don't want them to grow up being a follower, being someone who cares about what everyone thinks, being someone who does not love themselves, being someone with low self-esteem. You do not want that for your children, your nephews, your nieces, your employees, whoever it is that looks up to you. You do not want it for them. And you don't want it for yourself. So like I said, I'm gonna keep this really short and sweet, but just ask yourself, like, why don't I love myself? Because I will say this, I can speak for myself, and you know, I didn't always have the best self-esteem, and you know, my middle school years were probably the worst. Like, I mean, I got picked on in elementary, and I had some issues in high school. But like my late middle school, early high school was probably the worst years of my life. I mean, I was a teenager. So me and my mother were not getting along at all. Not to mention the fact that I had my twin boys at 15. You know, and I dealt with bullying and just nitpicking. And I've obviously dealt with a lot from peers over the years and in my school time, and it made me who I am today. Because if I had let every single thing I had heard get in here, in this heart, or in here, I'd be messed up. I would be messed up. I probably would have committed suicide. And you hear these stories all the time. You hear about these people committing suicide from bullying and nitpicking and just purely not loving themselves, not liking themselves, not wanting to be with self. Spend some time with yourself. Do that. Learn you. Because you do not want to be that way, and you do not want your kids to be that way. That's just not the kind of life that you want to live. You want to be happy. And to be happy, you first need to love yourself. You first need to be happy with yourself. You really don't have anything to give anyone else if you're not even taking care of yourself anyway. And I need to take that advice, because I'm an entrepreneur here. You know, I'm trying to run multiple different businesses, and I have 5 kids of my own, and I have 3 stepdaughters, and my children are homeschooled. All of them are home. My twins are 7. I have another young boy who is 6, and then I have my other 2-year-old son, and then I have a 2-month-old baby girl. And that's my first girl. I just delivered about 2.5 months ago. Okay, and I'm doing this Avon. I'm doing some internet marketing. I'm doing a bunch of different businesses, and I'm so busy. I'm so busy, and I'm breastfeeding too. Like she does not take a bottle or a pacifier at all. So like every 2 hours, so in between homeschooling and trying to do my Avon and trying to do my internet businesses, trying to be a good wife, trying to cook, trying to clean, I gotta pop it out here and there and breastfeed as well. Okay, so I gotta take my own advice. Like, get some rest, Myreah. Take care of you, Myreah. So, like, love yourself. That's where it starts. Okay? Love yourself. Be your best friend. Be your lover. Whatever. Just love yourself. Take care of yourself. Because, like I said, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. Despite how you were born, it really doesn't even matter. You know, I'm just using that as an example, because it was very inspiring for someone to go through so many struggles and still love themselves and still have so much confidence. And if that person loves themselves and has that much confidence, why can't you? Why can't you? You can. You're beautiful. You're smart. You can do this. You just got to know it. You just got to believe it. Whatever it is, write a list. Make a list. Set some goals. Figure out what it is that you're trying to do, what you want to do, what you're trying to get to, whatever it is. Make a list, figure it out, and work towards it. I mean, I'm doing this myself. I've been in Avon for over a year, and I just made a list that I'm planning to. Well, I've already kind of put it into effect now, but it's really for 2019. Because with Avon, we have so many different incentives. In 2019, in the summertime, there's a trip to Los Cabos, Mexico. And I'm definitely trying to get there. So I've set a lot of goals to make sure that I earn enough incentive points this year to make it to that trip. You see. But whatever it is. I mean, it could be that minute or a major business plan. I want to go to college and get my psychology degree. Whatever it is, do it. You can do it. And don't say, oh, I got kids. I ain't got no babysitter. I don't have a babysitter either. I'm from North Carolina, and I left North Carolina and moved to South Carolina. I moved to South Carolina to be with my father, who was never around when I was a little girl, but periodically he was around. I did see him a few summers growing up, and it backfired completely. I came all the way down to South Carolina. Our relationship did not mend, and it just, all hell broke loose, and it just fell completely apart. And now my husband and I and our 5 kids who are in the home, my stepdaughters, they only visit right now, but the 5 kids that are in the home, I mean, it's just us. My father was the only family that we did have here in South Carolina, and now that that is gone, which that ended years ago. We've been in South Carolina for years by ourselves. No friends, no family. And like I said, I don't have a babysitter either, okay? But I still got to work. I'm still doing all this stuff. So I'm just saying, just don't let anything get in your way. Anything, whatever it is, come up with a goal. Go to care.com, find you a babysitter, whatever. You know, you name your price, what you're going to pay them, okay? Try to save something up, put it aside. Just do whatever you have to do. That $5 that you spend every day on coffee, just bank that. Make coffee at home, okay? Whatever it is, get it done. Love yourself. Be true to who you are. Because people can sense when you don't love yourself. And they can feed off that. They could use it against you. You know, whatever happens. You really need to be here for yourself. And especially if you have children, like I said, be here for yourself so you can be here for your kids. But like I said, I just wanted to share that story. And I just want to say, love yourself. Love yourself. And like I said, feel good, look good. Not the other way around. You don't feel good just because you look good. Because you always look good if you feeling good. Okay? It's all about how you feel. It's all about how you feel about yourself, what you think about yourself. Okay? So anyway, I'm Myreah Illy. Some people call me Maya. Some people call me Riri. I'm a young entrepreneur, a mom, a wife, your Avon lady, your friends, and your biggest fan. High five. And I hope you guys enjoyed your Thanksgiving. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.